Hi, and welcome to another inbox review. This time we're looking at the HobbyBoss A-1B trainer. Nice bit of box art there depicting the kit. We've got two variants around the side here. Bit of information on the actual aircraft itself. Copyright here of 2017. I think the original base mold came out a year before, so it's a relatively new tooling. We've just got a bit of information, so I can't get that anywhere out. The kit number is 81744. Gives us a bit of we've got two decal sheets, we've got a bit of photo etch, and obviously the relevant all the different ordnance that can be attached. And then at the side here it's just the same as the other. Nice typical HobbyBoss sturdy box, which is quite good. So we'll start with the instructions briefly before we get really stuck into the kit parts. We get the usual HobbyBoss leaflet, obviously for the actual kit we're reviewing, and some other bits that are coming out around that sort of time, I guess. So that's quite nice. We get the colour call out of two variants. I think these are both Brazilian aircraft, I believe. I'm not an expert on this particular aircraft, other than I believe it's a train that was developed between the Italians and the Brazilians. But they don't look like Italian markings, so I'm guessing they're both Brazilian options. But we've got a nice camo version and a sort of grey option there. But it's always nice to have a proper colour call out, which is good. Standard HobbyBoss type instructions. Please read before operation, and hints and tips, and obviously you've got the sort of symbols there, methods to apply your decals. Sprue call out, which is always nice. It looks like we've got rubber tyres, bit of photo etch, and some decal sheets. I'd imagine one is probably for the main aircraft and stencils, and the other one is probably for the bombs, missiles, etc. Twin tub, so we've got obviously the seats, quite a busy section one there, getting the cockpit together. Looks quite detailed though, nice looking seats, and we've obviously got the metal lap belts, etc. there, so that's good. We've then got the wheelbase going together and the wheels going in at this stage. Hopefully these wheels can be put in afterwards, because it's always a bit of a nightmare trying to paint and clean up the model before painting if you've got wheels sticking out, because if you're like me, you'll knock them off at some point. But hopefully they can be put in after. Then we've got the main fuselage going together, canopy going on, wings. Don't think this is going to be a complicated build. Looks like it'll be done fairly quickly. We've then got the stabilizers, the tail fin here, and the sort of intakes going on. We've got a little boarding ladder, which is quite nice. I assume, I don't know if that's plastic or etch. What was the, let's have a look, shall we, quickly. Yeah, so PE is actually called PE, so no, that would be plastic. We've got various lumps and bumps, refueling probe going on there, and then obviously the pylons for the weapons, and then finally weapons call out with your different weapon options. It's probably a fairly quick build. Let's have a look at the plastic. So we've got one big bag here. This is the main fuselage halves. Oh, I didn't cut that very well, did I? Actually, quite, for what I was assuming to be a fairly small trainer, it's quite a fat, chunky looking body there. Typical of modern HobbyBoss. We've got some really nice recessed panel lines here. A few raised lumps and bumps, which is nice. Nice plastic, no flash, all looks good. A cockpit tub, quite nicely detailed on the sidewalls there, or the instrument sides. Then we've got our instrument panel again, quite nicely detailed. All parts look to be really nice. You can get that in the camera there. You can see that detail. Don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. We've actually got quite a lot of little bags in here. I will start with the main bits again, actually, before we... So again, we've got the wings here. Again, these all look pretty good. You've got some fine recessed detail. No, doesn't appear to be any injection pin marks that shouldn't be in the wrong place or anything. No flash. Nice. You obviously, yeah, so you've got these sort of slats at the front. I guess they can probably be posed. I didn't notice in the instructions. I should have done. Been posed open or closed. Air brakes. Oh, it's pretty good. We've got a whole load of small parts. So another instrument panel there. Various bits and pieces for the engine exhaust. I think these are probably the gear bay, the gears for the landing gear. Horizontal stabilizers. Again, it's all very clean. Nice crisp detail. Looks nice. Hopefully you can see all that there. Another box, another bag, sorry, of little bits and bobs. Let's see what we've got in this one. Landing gear, refueling probe, intakes, one piece, so that should be nice. Again, it's all crisp, clean. Nothing unpleasant there, I don't think. That's your ladder. Yep, that all looks good. Then we've got here, let me just get rid of some of these bits. Looks like two sprues exactly the same. So I'm going to leave that one in the bag and put that over there. You want your injector seat, kind of one piece. Hopefully you can see that. It's quite detailed, reasonably detailed. And some bits and bobs there for the missiles and fuel tanks. Again, some nice detailing in here. Nice clean parts. All looks good. Actually rocking through these parts quicker than I thought. There we go. And that's a last one here, which again is just a double. Two sprues the same. And we've got some bombs and missiles here. Again, there's really nothing wrong with that. Can't really complain. It's got the recessed panel lines where you'd want them to be. I think it all looks pretty good. Then in the box we've kind of got this little package here. Oh, a little. I won't get. Actually, I might. We will get this out and have a quick look at the photo etch. We'll try if we can get it open without causing a real nightmare. Oh, in fact, there's two sheets. I guess one for each injector seat. You've got the different harnesses, various bits and pieces there. Fairly typical HobbyBoss bit thicker than your average photo etch, compared to Edouard, but on the whole, not bad. Nice to have. Let's pop that in there. Back in the box. Yeah, rubber wheels. I'm not going to get them out. I'll end up losing them, or losing one of them, but they're okay. I know some people don't like rubber wheels. They're not, they're quite small. There's not much to them. There's no horrible seam line down them by the looks of things, so I don't mind them too much. This, I'm hoping, is the canopy, so we haven't had that yet. Looks like it is. Nicely packaged as always by HobbyBoss. Open it up, and again, as we've come to expect with HobbyBoss, absolutely crystal clear, really, really nice. Now, there is a line that goes right down the middle here. Now, whether that's supposed to be there, because it's really, really pronounced compared to the usual seam line, so maybe it is in fact actually supposed to be there. I have to do a bit of research before I build that. If not, unfortunately, you've got a bit of a task to take that out and clean it up, which is a bit of a shame, especially considering how lovely clear the glass is at the moment. This one's, it's a bit, I don't know, that real one's a little distorted. Sorry, front. That would be the front, won't it? But on the whole, they're really, really nice. I'll just pop this back in here so I don't damage it. But I will put that over there, and I'll do that in a minute rather than keep you waiting. Let's have a quick look here on the decals and see what we've got. Not a massive decal sheet, but nicely protected. Okay, hopefully you can see that. They look nice. We've got some nice detail there. I think these are supposed to be the instrument side consoles. And we've got the instrument panel decals here. They're not the best. I think if you're doing a closed cockpit, you might get away with using those. Obviously, there's lots of raised detail on the actual parts, so you could paint them yourself if you're that way inclined. I don't know whether there's a photo etch available for this. It's a fairly unusual aircraft, so it's possible that there isn't anything out there. The nice thing about this one, I'd say, compared to some HobbyBosses decals I've seen, the red's pretty good. I sometimes find the reds are not quite as red as they perhaps should be. Can almost be a little pinky, but that's actually pretty good. I'll have a quick look at the other one in here as well. Yeah, as I suspected, these are going to be for all the various bombs and missiles that are available. But again, that looks pretty good. I mean, generally, I don't find HobbyBoss decals too much of an issue, so I'm sure that will be fine. Well, that's pretty much it. That looks like a nice little kit, actually. So thank you for watching. Hopefully that was of some use. Cheers.